you made the broad proclamation that you believe a majority of tokens are crypto asset securities. You did this.
Candidate Harris decides that she wants to pivot on crypto and say, no, you can trust us. We're going to be okay on this. It seems like you're gloating. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. The war on crypto goes on. So as you highlighted, you meet with the chairman of the Federal Reserve regularly. Do you guys discuss things like Operation Choke Point 2.0?
And you deliberately use this made-up term as the basis for your entire enforcement crusade over the past 3 years, only for your lawyers to retract it in a footnote to a court just last week.
Are individuals looking to a common enterprise anticipating profits based on the evidence?
Well, I'm familiar with the definition. You're avoiding the question. See, here's the danger I see with the Gensler theory of investment contracts.
Ambiguous because the legal precision carries with it real implications. And this is why people have been coming to us and saying we need clarity. Is the token itself a security?
7 years of price making lower highs and higher lows into a very familiar consolidation pattern. So a 400x on 60 cents is $24. So if you think that Ethereum can hit $10,000, then you should agree that XRP can realistically hit above $20.
Know what you hold?
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got some baggies, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon o'clock news. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bullishness. Shout out to Let Us appreciate you stopping by, tuning in. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, buckle up, because the future's extra bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 2.35 trillion, down about 0.6% in the past 24. We got XRP currently right around 589.58 cents. Stellar XLM right around 9.5 cents. We got BTC right around 63, 64K ETH right around 26, 27 hundo. We got Flare Networks right around a penny and a half. Axelar 60 cents. XDC right beneath 3 cents. We got Songbird 007, Stronghold 004. We got Zahal right around 3 cents. Evernode right around 7 cents. Jewel Token 6.5 cents. We got one from Ripple X Dev to pop things off, unleashing the power of AI on the XRP ledger. We're excited to announce a new funding track dedicated to AI-powered projects. Apply for XRPR grants now and be part of building on the cutting edge of blockchain innovation. XRP, AI. I hope you guys like barbecue. Gary Gensler is getting cooked today. Crypto isn't safe as long as Gary is around fire. Gary Gensler, subject views.
Mr. Gensler, no surprise, many of us aren't fans of your approach to the job. But it does seem that you've abused your authority, and you seem to kind of gloat as candidate Harris decides that she wants to pivot on crypto and say, no, you can trust us. We're going to be okay on this. It seems like you're gloating. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. The war on crypto goes on. So as you highlighted, you meet with the chairman of the Federal Reserve regularly. Do you guys discuss things like Operation Choke Point 2.0, the way to block and restrict market certainty for crypto affiliated firms?
I've never heard that term, and I'd also want to say half of the rules that we've adopted, 42 rules, half of them have actually been bipartisan.
Some of the work's been good, but a lot of it's been bad.
Bank XRP U.S. Congressman Tom Emmer grills Gary Gensler over crypto regulations. The cook-off continues.
The SEC broke the law, your attorneys lied to the court, and no one in your leadership here in D.C. has been held accountable. That tracks. Seems like business as usual here in Washington. Okay, switching gears very quickly. It's been recently reported that Vice President Harris has finally said she'd craft clear rules of the road for the digital asset space if she becomes president. Is this your approach too, sir? Or do you think she's rebuking you because she doesn't think you've done a good enough job establishing these clear rules over the last 3 years of her administration?
I think that there's laws in place. If Congress wishes to change them, they'll change them. But we are enforcing the laws, and there are many people in this field
so you don't
that are
think
not
she's
following the laws.
Reclaiming my time. Well, it's very interesting that you view your performance that way, because we have a litany of court cases. extraordinary confusion in the marketplace, and millions of Americans pining for clarity from you. You've abused the agency's enforcement tools, and you've even baited companies eager to comply with you, only to hit them with enforcement actions. You've retaliated against businesses and people who have come before this committee to talk about the next generation of American finance. And perhaps somehow, worst of all, you've made up the term crypto asset security. This term is nowhere to be found in statute. You made it up. You never provided any interpretive guidance on how crypto asset security might be defined within the walls of your SEC. Yet, you made the broad proclamation that you believe a majority of tokens are crypto asset securities. You did this, and you deliberately used this made-up term as the basis for your entire enforcement crusade over the past 3 years, only for your lawyers to retract it in a footnote to a court just last week. Your inconsistencies on this issue, sir, have set this country back. We could not have had a more historically destructive or lawless chairman of the SEC. I yield back.
Gary, you still there? Get him, Emmer. Mr. Loudermilk, you still there? Blockchain Daily, Gary Gensler cannot explain the differences between a Yankee game ticket and an NFT which grants access to a web series.
The offer and sale.
Specifically with a Yankee ticket, though. When you're buying a Yankee ticket, what are you purchasing?
You're buying
access to a Yankee game. Is that fair to say?
I understand. It's been a while since I went to a Yankee game. But
fair enough. You're welcome to.
I used to live in New York, and my 3 daughters were all born in New York.
So in the Stoner Cats case, the creators were selling an NFT that offered access to an animated web series. From the standpoint of federal securities law, is there a legal difference between buying a Yankee ticket that offers you the experience of a Yankee game and buying an NFT that offers you the experience of an animated web series?
Again, I don't want to comment on any one specific.
It was a settlement. It's a fait accompli. It's not an ongoing litigation. You can comment on it.
But it's about how is something offered and sold. Is it offered and sold as an investment contract? Or are individuals looking to a common enterprise anticipating profits based on the evidence?
I'm familiar with the definition. You're avoiding the question. See, here's the danger I see with the Gensler theory of investment contracts.
It's actually the Supreme Court's theory of investment.
Well, your idiosyncratic interpretation of the Supreme Court's theory. The expectation or promise that an object could appreciate in value or that an object could be sold at a profit in the secondary market, that expectation or profit could be retrospectively attributed to just about any collectible or any consumer good or any piece of art or any piece of music. The trouble with the Gensler theory of investment contracts is that it's so open-ended that it lacks anything resembling a limiting principle. It blurs the line between collectible and security, between art and security.
We got radar hits, Justin. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce says SEC should have admitted long ago that crypto tokens are not securities.
I think what's happening is that we're trying to be ambiguous because the legal precision carries with it real implications. And this is why people have been coming to us and saying we need clarity. Is the token itself a security? Or is it part of an investment contract? Is it being sold together with an investment contract? If it is, what is that investment contract and how long does it track along with the token? By using imprecise language, we've been able to sort of suggest that the token itself is a security apart from that investment contract, which has implications for secondary sales. It has implications for who can list it. And I think this is absolutely, we've fallen down on our duty as a regulator not to be precise. And so tucking into a footnote that, yes, we admit that now actually the token itself is not a security. That's something that we should have admitted long ago and then started wrestling with the difficult questions.
Right. Meanwhile, we got Smoke Dog, timeline for regulators, next steps on stablecoins, 2025, implementation, the best is still yet to come, crawl walk. Then we rock it. We got DAI, there goes your fake reset. Senator Warren is best buddies with both Gary Gensler and Kamala Harris. They're all the same. To believe otherwise is insane.
I'd like to get a yes or no answer from everybody. Here, starting with Commissioner Crenshaw, yes or no. Do you agree with Vice President Harris, her statement that the U.S. should encourage innovative technologies like digital assets while protecting investors and consumers? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Protecting the investors, I agree with that for sure. Promoting innovation, yes, but protecting investors.
Yes or no?
Yes, protect the investors. That's what we are doing.
Chair Gensler, I hope you understand that your misguided approach to regulation by enforcement, open hostility to crypto is hurting our economy and sending American jobs overseas. You've single-handedly set us back years in our support for Web3 technology.
Drain the swamp. Free the standard. XRP. Not a security. We got the Digital Pound Foundation. Bank of Korea prepares to launch CBDC payment pilot in the retail sector. We got Mr. Man XRP. There's been habitual administrative actions from the SEC struck down by federal courts. Grayscale Ripple stock buyback rules over and over and over, and yet you persist. What does it say about the reputation of the SEC?
I want to move to another question really quickly. Over and over again, your administrative actions have been invalidated by the courts. And we've seen it in the proxy advisory rule, the private funds disclosure rule, the debt box example, the stock buyback rule, Grayscale Ripple. Over and over and over and over again, your administrative actions have been struck down in federal court. Commissioner Peirce, what does this say about the legitimacy and reputation of the SEC when the agency is constantly losing in federal court?
Well, it certainly says we need to be a little more careful when we go out with proposals and when we take actions to make sure that we're acting within the constraints that Congress gave us. And these are things that in many of these instances, private fund rule, advisor rule, for example, we knew ahead of time that there were legal questions about whether we had the authority to do what we did, but we moved forward, and this is not good for our institutional integrity.
Well,
We got Mr. Zoom explanation on why $20 to $30 XRP isn't irrational at all.
And with XRP, I think what you need to kind of the big picture takeaway here is, again, we talk about the longer the consolidation, the greater the expansion. There is no coin in this space that has consolidated as long as XRP has at this point. We've been consolidating literally since 2017. Again, partly, I believe, because of the SEC lawsuit that kind of came out of the blue. I believe when it came out, we were trading at, if I'm not mistaken, at these local highs. And so it kind of came out, knocked XRP down, and we failed to recover since then. But at the end of the day, what you have here, again, consolidation is not weakness. So what you have here is 7 years of sideways price action, 7 years of price making lower highs and higher lows into a very familiar consolidation pattern. And again, in the context of where the market is, with Bitcoin about to go parabolic, with the rest of the market about to rise, with the biggest market rise we've seen since 2017, I think it is, and again, with context with the lawsuit being essentially finished now, Ripple having won, I think it makes zero sense to bet on this breaking down. I just don't see how that makes any logical sense whatsoever. More likely than not, we break out of here. When we do break out of here after a 7-year-long consolidation, again, the longer the consolidation, the greater the expansion. So the expansion should be absolutely massive. Of course, new all-time highs at 335 is really the bare minimum. Above that, as I previously said in this video, I said we could see it. I think we could very reasonably see a minimum of $5,000 to $7,000 Ethereum, more likely a minimum $10,000, somewhere between $10,000 to $20,000. So a 400x on 60 cents is $24. So if you think that Ethereum can hit $10,000, then you should agree that XRP can realistically hit above $20. And the thing to remember is that XRP flipped Ethereum in the last cycle for a small period of time.
Right.
And so if XRP breaks out from this 7-year-long consolidation and goes on a run, $10, if we think Ethereum can hit a market cap of 1.2, what was that? Did I say billion? 1.2 trillion, I meant, sorry. 1.2 trillion. And if XRP can hit 1.2 trillion, that puts us at 24. That means that if XRP can even hit $500 billion, that puts us at $10.
Right.
So if you think this is irrational or ridiculous, then you're irrational and ridiculous if you think Ethereum can hit $10,000, right? Like, it's pretty simple logic, but it escapes.
The bigger the base, the higher in space. We got one from Mustache Altcoins, RSI Reclaim. Looks like altcoins has something big planned for us. History doesn't repeat itself, but often rhymes. This whole altcoin cycle is much bigger than the last one. Coins Kid, 4-hour time frame for XRP. The bulls go upstairs. 2 God candle back test complete. One more on the cards. Pushing towards the end of the compression pattern. XRP setting up that next SEC. Face melting. Pump. With that being said, Batman Bagley's, the longer they take, the higher we climb on that XRP. Richless. Let our Fred know that the greatest opportunity of multiple lifetimes is still at hand, but the train's left the station. What will those bags be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open? An XRP's true price is finally revealed. Later glitches.
Had a serve home, never taking no markings on me, no thanks though. Took my cash out the bank, cause there's no bank notes. We universally coming online, we the bank knows. We figured out the plan, so we coming for the bank load. Everything changing, come see us, we got the bank loans. Watch us come in with no mask and watch us take those. Figured out the cheat and we broke the matrix code. Activating like superheroes came to save souls. Unlock your mind, consciousness, and finally take control. That had you plugged into the game, just had to let it go.